Yes, everyone, hello, welcome back to Forever United TV, welcome back to the channel and another evening update on Manchester United and this pre-season now fully underway. Transfers in full swing, as we know. Your updates tonight are coming directly from Fabrizio Romano. He's had a lot to say. Decision time coming soon on the striker, pretty much guaranteeing that Manchester United will sign a striker. What does he know? We'll go through them quotes, we'll discuss them in the chats and we'll get your thoughts on them as well. Where are we at with Benjamin Sesko, Ganacho, Anthony as well in the headlines, the goalkeeper situation, the priorities amongst Manchester United's hierarchy and the internal discussions that Romano has been going into detail on as well. All of that and all of the other news going around Manchester United at the moment, including Xavi, Guerra and that update that I brought you earlier on this lunchtime, alongside what Christian Folks said on Benjamin Sesko's situation from Leipzig's side. Most of the detail was in that video earlier on that we did at lunchtime. Thank you everybody who's already watched that. Also, thank you for obviously being part of the live shows at different times. We've had that much going on at the moment off camera that we've had to mix around the actual evening time. So I appreciate you all still being in the room and giving me your input and comments, especially the live ones anyway. So pile in again and give me your thoughts as always, everybody. Let's get into what is actually going on with Manchester United right now, and in particular what Romano says is going on at Manchester United right now. Where do we start? There is a lot to actually get through here with Fabrizio Romano. I'm going to go through all these quotes before we get into the other news and what's actually happening as well. But Fabrizio Romano, a new striker is almost guaranteed to happen this summer. 2 meetings have already taken place in the last 7 days. They are pushing to sign one. That was the big headline from Romano's latest video. I didn't have a chance to clip that up and bring it you tonight with being so busy. But again, we will go through everything extra if we have to later on. But that's pretty much the quote. And we're going to read through everything anyway and get the details of it. But Manchester United are guaranteed to sign a striker. So the debate amongst needing a striker over a midfield, a goalkeeper, blah, blah, blah. Look, we all know what we want. We all have our own opinions of what we think United should do and where we should go. But ultimately, we know what's going to happen. And it's come from Mr. Fabrizio Romano. So we're going to say that this is actually where Manchester United are going next. There could be, obviously, the midfielder and the goalkeeper, like Ornstein said yesterday, but still, Romano tonight, I've said this and I said it last 2 days, he knows something and isn't letting it go yet. He also said 2 days ago that in the next couple of days, few days, Manchester United's striker situation will become clearer. So let's see. And that's usually Romano teeing up several more videos for himself to do and obviously get a lot of traction from. I get that. But still, like, he has to have something or some inside information happening. He also talks on Watkins, Sesko and Vlahovic. And yeah, like, we are now in a position. By the way, he did say about the goalkeeper as well. Watch the goalkeeper and the striker. We already know about Sonny Lamens because he's already named him out. But I think this is more about striker over midfielder than anything else. Although there is talk on the midfielder as well. So we'll get through it as we go. Ollie Watkins is a striker really appreciated by Manchester United. An option they've been considering for weeks now. Still no bid or communication. But also in this case, the relationship with Aston Villa is very good. So I have to say that could be an opportunity for Manchester United. Those Romano's words. He also goes on to Benjamin Sesko and says, Benjamin Sesko is being discussed internally at Manchester United, but he's seen as a very expensive and not an easy deal at all. That's going off pretty much what Ornstein said yesterday, actually, in terms of Sesko in what Man United can afford. And obviously at the moment where it's at, the Athletic said it's not on. Now, United will go for Benjamin Sesko if that deal then becomes available. Like, if it is cheap enough, United are in the reckoning and they are looking into it. And obviously, this is what he's discussing. But interesting where he's gone there with Benjamin Sesko and saying that it's not an easy deal at all. I think we all know that. Is there somebody else? Manchester United have been offered several strikers, one of which is Dusan Vlahovic, who will leave Juventus this summer. It has been offered to United also. So, again, offered to United and clearly an option for Manchester United. This was off another podcast, actually, in terms of Romano talking here. But again, like, striker, goalkeeper. These are the ones that you need to watch out for immediately right now for Manchester United. The midfielder, I keep saying it, and I try to bring up as much information on Manchester United linked with any midfielder at all. We're talking Javi Guerra and obviously Paulinho earlier this morning. We'll get into Guerra's update in a moment as well, but Romano has always been big on the striker. He's always pushed that Manchester United will go for the striker. That's the next move. They're guaranteed pretty much to buy a striker this summer. That's what's being said. He also goes into the goalkeeping situation at Manchester United in detail. And again, he has mentioned names in this. But here's his latest piece on the goalkeeping situation. I think the next one will be a goalkeeper for Manchester United. They are discussing internally what they want to do with a new goalkeeper, not only because of Andre Onana's injury. It's not that long. It's not a long one. He also goes on to say, like we all know, he will be back soon. But with Bayende as a goalkeeper, there are two options now. Go for an experienced goalkeeper that can make an instant impact, like Didu Martinez, Emiliano Martinez, just to be clear on that one. Who could leave Aston Villa and is keen on a move to Manchester United, but he would still be expensive. They could go for a younger goalkeeper that would be developing under Onana. One of the names is Lammens from Royal Antwerp, who is very talented, and United have been scouting for a long time. United have made contact with Antwerp to be informed on the conditions of the deal. I expect Manchester United to sign a new goalkeeper this summer. So he's pretty much saying that goalkeeper is the easier one to get. Of course, because the striker is always going to be the big money signing. He expects the goalkeeper to be next. The striker will definitely happen. And them two positions will be in at Manchester United. I think with him knowing exactly what communication and what contacts have been made between Manchester United and whoever they're looking at, I think obviously he feels confident in what he knows that United will get them deals done. Sene Lammens is a very easy deal to make for Manchester United because we probably do have the finances there to make that happen. I think Manchester United need to know who they're going for the striker, so that them funds that have been spent on a goalkeeper are not going to be missed in trying to buy a striker, if that makes sense. So don't put money into a goalkeeper if you're going to need that money to go for a better striker. I think that's probably where United are at, and that's just me guessing at that there, but obviously it's common sense. You would do, wouldn't you? You want to make sure that the most important position, the priority position, which has always been seen as the striker this summer, is keen on this. He's given the best opportunity. Is basically what we're saying here on that one. Also from Romano, these two positions are the priorities. So that's the goalkeeper, striker and goalkeeper. But keep an eye on a defensive midfielder. It was something at the start of the window, that United considered before putting it on standby, as they wanted to focus financially on Mbeumo and Cunha as important needs for Ruben Amorim. In the next weeks, if there's good opportunities in the market, a good name, I think there's a good chance United will go for a defensive midfielder, but it will depend on the budget and the outgoings. That, again, very, very crucial in Manchester United, as we have talked about several times, about players leaving. Also, finally, on Romano, on this section now, on Ganacho, he says, I expect Ganacho to stay in the Premier League, and this is his priority. We have to wait and see if the right opportunity arrives on the market. He received interest from Italy and Germany by Leverkusen and Erik ten Hag, but he wants to stay in the Premier League. He is convinced he will be able to stay and compete in the Premier League. I'll say again, keep an eye on Chelsea, but they're trying to sign Xavi Simons. He is the priority, but also in addition to that, they're monitoring the situation of Ganacho, and he's been of interest to Chelsea since January. Not something advanced at the moment, but one to watch. Well, on that, Florian Plettenberg has now come out and said that Chelsea have made a bid on Xavi Simons, and Leipzig are now in club-to-club talks with Chelsea for Xavi Simons. Bayern Munich have also made contact with Xavi Simons, and Plettenberg did say on that front that it's now up to Bayern Munich to match what Chelsea put in. Chelsea are ready to bid and are putting a bid on the table. Bayern haven't done that yet. So Chelsea and all of their money and financial freedom this summer seems to be jumping ahead of the likes of Bayern Munich. Could Bayern miss out again on another target to an English club like they did with Florian Wirtz to Liverpool? Chelsea obviously clearly in the money after the Club World Cup. Obviously, I had a lot of money before the Club World Cup because of in the Champions League. A lot of PSR freedom for them this summer as well because of selling the women's team and the hotel. Everything looks rosy financially for Chelsea, and they're in an incredibly comfortable position. Felix is now heading back to Benfica somehow for 25 million euros. Again, how Chelsea do it, I do not know. But just more and more space being opened up for Chelsea and other targets coming in. They've got rid of Felix. They've lost, obviously, Mudryk. They're now getting rid of Madueke. And still no Ganacho. He just isn't a top priority for anybody. And I've said this before. It's all right watching it and what Romano says, that's fine. But if they buy Xavi Simons, there is only one club left. And that's why everybody, like I said this morning, and Romano has just said again then on that podcast, that Ollie Watkins is somebody Manchester United are looking at. It could well be that United don't waste time in chasing Sesko, although they are happy to wait out on him if the right opportunity comes around. But if Garnacho ends up liking the move to Aston Villa, maybe United's opportunity is there to then work in possibly 2 deals. I actually feel like Garnacho is holding the key to the whole rest of the window for Manchester United right now, because the update on Antony, which we'll talk about in a minute, is not good on that. And obviously Sancho isn't going anywhere yet. If Garnacho goes to Chelsea, maybe United are holding out on maybe the likes of Emi Martinez and Ollie Watkins here with Aston Villa if they want to take Garnacho. Let's not forget, Villa have already brought another goalkeeper in. Could United take Martinez and Watkins? I'm just spitballing and I'm guessing at the moment, because obviously that for Manchester United would be 3 birds in one stone, in one deal basically. You can buy Garnacho at this price, give us our PSR money, let us look like we're covering it on the books, and then we'll agree to this price and that price for Martinez and Ollie Watkins. Thank you. In they come. United have the keeper and the striker in one. It's 2 in and throwing between all of the goalkeepers and the strikers at the moment. But it does look like it's coming down to a choice of 4 players now for Manchester United for the goalkeeper and the striker. It's Ollie Watkins and Benjamin Sesko, and it's obviously Emi Martinez and Sene Lammens for the goalkeeper. They're the ones that United are looking at, and that's big money for Manchester United. That's a lot of money, and I think, like Romano says then, that's United pretty much spent up, and you'll have to wait for the right opportunity and right type of player to come around in midfield. That's the situation where we're at. And I think Romano's pretty much laid it out there without giving anything away. But we will see. Romano has also spoken on Gimme Sports saying United could be offered the opportunity to sign Randal Kolo Muani in case the Juve deal collapses. But Juventus remain favourites as of now. So Juventus, like we've said before, might be interested in Rasmus. It didn't look like Kolo Muani was going to happen. And again, transfer window will to and fro, and we'll just keep on bringing you the news as it happens. But I expect this to now be the intense part of the roller coaster, which is the transfer window. There's a lot of information to get through there, and we've got a bit more to get through yet. But let's get the conversation going in the chat, and let's get your thoughts on this first and foremost, on everything that we've just spoken about there. There's a lot, I know. So please do get your comments in and get your messages in. Let me know what you're thinking on this as well. Thank you everybody who has already liked the video. Keep them piling in if you're loving the content. Obviously make sure that you are subscribed to Forever United TV as well. We're moving along nicely on that. And again, thank you to everyone who has already subscribed. It has been another really good week so far. So thank you for all the support as always. I just like to say that every time because the numbers keep going up and I just still getting blown away by the movement of the channel. So I'm just always going to keep saying thank you. Sorry if it's annoying anyone, but I don't care. Cheers, everyone. Anthony says, money talks in football. The more you have, the more chance of success. We need to get to the Champions League football. Mate, that is everything. That is the be-all and end-all, isn't it? It is getting into the Champions League and making it happen there, because once you're in there, if you can stay there, you're guaranteed to be able to spend over 200 million nearly every single summer. And that is where United used to be. And now we're scraping around trying to sell the duck eggs and move other players around to make deals happen. And we have done well, like we've said, but it feels such a chore, doesn't it, to get deals over the line for Manchester United compared to what other clubs are looking at. Like Chelsea to score like that, and it happens. It is really frustrating watching Chelsea operate as a United fan at the moment, because you know they've been in trouble with breaches for UEFA already. They're under investigation constantly, and they're just doing what they want. It's like rules don't apply to Chelsea at the moment when it comes to the transfer window. But they've just won the Club World Cup and taken a fortune on top of the Champions League money. I can actually see why and how Chelsea can actually spend a lot this summer. Do I rate the players they're taking in? And João Pedro looks like a good player. I don't know if they'll happily even play with João Pedro playing the way he does, but they're in a lot of competition, so maybe that's what they want. But Madueke out, obviously Mudryk gone, and João Felix also out of the door now for Chelsea. Sancho's also left. Plenty of room to bring players in, and plenty of wages freed up off the books also. So I hate to say it, but you got to give him a bit of credit as well at the same time, don't you? Mujahid says Chelsea buying players for fun. They don't even need a playoff. They would buy anyone on the market. Players going there are ruining their career to be a bench warmer. Delap is an example. Cornish Maid says Chelsea will be banned next season for PLA 15 players as they couldn't choose between them. Biggest squad in the planet, I think, is the general consensus for Chelsea. I keep seeing their memes constantly of Chelsea's changing room. I'm sure you've seen them on social media. They're everywhere, aren't they? Like Chelsea with about 50 players in pre-season training. It's hard to understand like how they manage it, but when you break it all down, you look at the finances and what they've done. Them players alone that have said that they've just sold and moved on, and then you're looking at obviously what they've won in Champions League and the Club World Cup. It goes to show if you're up there, you can spend, and it's the holy grail, isn't it? Back in the Champions League, I'll take that for starters for United. God, let's see what else we've got in here as well. This club have fallen asleep again in this window. Wakey, wakey, get moving. I don't think we've fallen asleep, Malps. I think we're just dealing with the necessary at the moment. We know we have to move players on. And that's the next stage. Apparently there is a big fanfare waiting for Marcus Rashford at Barcelona right now. Proof that we can get deals done. I know it's only a loan, but again, going back to that, it was actually a good deal for Manchester United. But I'm holding on to the encouragement from what Fabrizio Romano has said there, that they guaranteed to buy a striker. A striker is coming for Manchester United. So let's see what happens from there with this one. I do believe that Manchester United will get one. I honestly, right now though, could not tell you which way it's going to go. It just keeps on moving. But them two names are a constant all of the time for Manchester United in Ollie Watkins and Benjamin Sesko. Which way will we go? Prem proven, older, younger, Vibrant, plenty more years on his hand, unproven. That's the issue right now. Red Terry says, evening all, I'd go for Watkins. Sesko is just another Rasmus unproven in the Prem. It could be, might not be. We might have missed something. Vivel might know more, and he could convince Amarin to buy the next absolute gem. He could be the next Van Nistelrooy for all we know. It's just that gamble, because you don't know. And right now, United are that financially strained, and there's that much pressure on us, we cannot take risks. And that, I think, is why it will ultimately push us to a more Prem-proven or a cheaper striker. And that's the worrying part, going for the cheaper option because they don't want to take too much of a financial gamble. In fact, I actually, with the way that United are operating, think that they would not buy a striker at all unless it was like a loan or something at the end of the window. I think they'd go without a striker and just not spend the money and not waste it or not take that risk again. I actually feel like they wouldn't buy one ahead of bringing in someone who's crap, who they're not completely convinced by. That's just the vibe that I get from the way that Manchester United are operating at the moment. I don't know what you all think. More comments coming in. Jack says, nice of Chelsea to be buying Jerry Simmons, preparing for Cole Palmer's eventual exit to Manchester United. Yeah, a dreamland, mate, I'm afraid. I would take him in a heartbeat, just like you, buddy, though. But yeah, I think Man United are miles off players like that at the moment, particularly the ones that are actually playing as well as he is in the Champions League and the bigger competitions. We can only dream of getting back there at the moment. It seems like a million miles away, but stepping stones, baby steps moving forward again. after the absolute car crash that was Manchester United over the last 10 years and 5 in particular. Don says, we need to get back ASAP, so Watkins is a must. Adam, what's happening with Vitek? Not on tour? No, he's been loaned out, mate. I think Stern Graz are taking Vitek. Jack Morehouse is also going out on loan as well. There are plenty of loans. United are moving quick with the academy loans now. So no, Vitek is not going to feature. He is going back out on loan. So United are not even selling him. They're not convinced yet. They want, according to what people are saying, Vitek to be a bit more proven in terms of first team football. Decision was made very quickly on Vitek. He is not going to feature. He's going straight back out on loan. A bit gutted that Jack Morehouse is as well, but again, he wouldn't feature. So I think it's good in a way that we're actually seeing some of these academy players end up going out on loan. So Sigun says, Sesko is a real deal, Adam. Like I said, mate, looking at it, he could be. But also looking at it, there are parts of his game that might not be. And that's what I think everybody's concerned about. Which type of striker are we going to be bringing in? Are we going to be bringing in the one that does hit the ground running in the Premier League, that you just don't expect? Or are we going to get the Rasmus Højlund effect? It's scary, isn't it? And let's not forget, in all of this, and people keep forgetting about him, he's not a number 9. I know he's not, but Joshua Zirkzee can play a part in this season for Manchester United. He was showing signs towards the back end of the season of proper number 9 positioning, particularly that goal against Lyon in the first leg of the quarter-final. That was a proper striker's goal and movement, that. Can we mould him into some form of striker for us going forward this season? We can't find the right player. I would rather, I'm telling you this now, I'd rather play Joshua Zirkzee up front than go for any of them free agents that are on the market right now. Leave Vardy, leave Wilson, leave Calvert-Lewin. Don't go anywhere near them. I'd rather play Joshua Zirkzee as a makeshift 9 over them. I just don't want anything like that. It would be creating a laughing-stock scenario to the rest of the league again. I know we've done well in the rest of the window and getting Mbumo and Cunha and things like that, and that's going to hold us up, but we're bringing ourselves straight back down again if we start going for that mob. That, I think, is something United need to avoid. And in that case, I'd take Zirkzee all day long above all of them. Younger, showing improvement, has trimmed down a lot as well, has lost quite a lot of weight, is looking very, very fit at the moment and very lean. So maybe there is a determined second season kicking in here for Joshua Zirkzee after the way his season ended last year, because he was just finding form, wasn't he? So again, don't forget about the likes of Joshua Zirkzee and the fact that Cunha and Mbumo can play number 9. So if United don't find this opportunity, and Romano is saying here, I know what he's saying, and I've said at the top of the show, and it sounds like I'm contradicting myself a little bit here in pushing Romano's side, but there's still a bit of me that doesn't fully feel like Manchester United are going to get this striker. I'm not fully convinced yet. I just know that United are not going to waste money. And Sesko is there. Christian Folk came out earlier on today and we did the video at midday. Manchester United, Christopher Vivel approaching Leipzig. And we know that they want to make about 100 million euros in transfers this summer because they're not in Europe. This is what I was saying earlier on. Leipzig are looking at Xavi Simons and Benjamin Sesko as the two outgoings that are going to make the majority of the money that they need for them to run into next season. Obviously, no European football means a lack of money in the Bundesliga. And that is a big thing. So Leipzig are a selling club. Can United afford to wait until the last day of the window? Yes, they can, for reasons that I just described. I would not want Manchester United to even be panicking about buying the likes of Calvert-Lewin, Wilson and Jamie Vardy. Forget all of them and just go with Zirkzee if you don't get your top target. Stop desperately jumping in on players at the last minute and leave ourselves in the mess that we're in right now. That's what I think United need to be doing. That's just my own personal opinion, but I think there is room still in this Zirkzee deal yet. No matter what Romano says in terms of the finances, he knows that United are looking, and it's up to Leipzig now. If they get a good deal for Simons, they might sell Leipzig a bit cheaper, and Chelsea are ready to bid on Simons now. So, going off what Christian Folks has said there, again, there is still a possibility that Manchester United can make this happen. So, again, I do feel like there is definite room in this for United to make Sesko work. and make Watkins work. But again, I'll go back to what Romano said. Watch Garnacho. Watch what happens with him. It could open the door for both Martinez and Watkins yet. We don't know. And we're in this waiting game period right now. But when Romano starts getting this bullish, it usually does mean that something else could be coming. And I think we've just got to hold on to our seats a little bit here with this. The tour has, them flying out to the tour, has sort of cooled the excitement factor of transfers at the moment. Obviously, focus goes to football. Business is still going to get done while United are away on tour. It's not going to stop. But I think it's going to be more in the terms of Manchester United making a move and nothing definitely happening. Obviously, there is going to be conversations. And we could be a couple of days behind. Something might have already happened. And this is what you've got to look at. We could be a little bit behind on what's going down. And all of a sudden, bang, we find out what their meetings were before United flew out. We might already have the striker target in discussion. And here we go. That's it. Let's get some more comments on this. Zane in with a super chat again. Second one of the day, Zane. Thank you. We cooked Milan and you only drew against Leeds. Honestly, don't give a flying F-bomb, mate, about pre-season, but you're going to learn that, and that's not going to affect me. The super chat I'm going to thank you for, mate, but not what Arsenal are doing in pre-season or what United are doing in pre-season. I have sat through pre-seasons where United have actually won every single game and absolutely cooks everyone and then absolutely ballsed it up on the opening day at Old Trafford. I don't care. I want to see some rhythm and rhyme kick in, and I see a little bit, but the results, honestly, never worry me at all. And this is why I've not done much like other people have done on social media about the Leeds game. I'm not really that bothered. I'm just looking at individuals sharpening up and connections being made on pitches. We're a million miles away from where Arsenal are right now, and so we're looking to just build these new relationships. Like Ruben was saying, Cunha and Bruno, that sort of thing. And that's what I want to see. Zane's not a whopper. He's a double whopper. No, I'm only joking, mate. It's all banter. Let's see what we got here. He's got Carl's in with a chat. Zirkzee ain't good enough. We big him up because he's got a first touch and Rasmus hasn't. No, I disagree, Carl. I'm not taking Vardy, Wilson or Calvert-Lewin at all. At the point I'm making here is you might as well use what you've got. He can come in and cover, and Bruno can play there. Bruno can play there. Cunha can play there. Zirkzee, Chido, I'd rather not buy or bring in any free agents that are going to want a wage for the next few years and take up a spot in this squad. I'd rather not buy anyone and see what happens in January and take someone on loan, mate. I honestly, that's where I'm at with the striker. I don't want the shit. I've made my mind up about that now. So it's not so much you're talking. I think Zirkzee has got something, though. And I think he will come through this season in one way. I think he can be a great impact sub for Manchester United this season. Sounds like I'm playing him down there now, don't it, a little bit? Super sub Zirkzee. But I'm not. I actually feel like he's not a starter, but I think him coming on will do more damage than Rasmus coming on. That's what I'm trying to get with. Because all them strikers are going to do that you're bringing in there. You're not going to start Vardy, Callum Wilson or Calvert-Lewin. They're not starters. So you might as well just use Zirkzee off the bench. He's a better squad player than all of them. I'm telling you right now. That's where I think United should be. Let's not forget a striker for now, because we don't want to rush over striker. Let's keep our money, my brothers and sisters. Sort of got what you were saying there. Don't panic buy, I think, Cuttist. I think that is where we're actually going right now. I just feel like that's where Ineos' approach is. They're just not going to throw the money away because everyone knows we need a player. That's what I think Manchester United are looking at right now. But just to go over what Romano said again there, the two goalkeepers are Lamens and Martinez. The two strikers are Watkins and Sesko. United have been offered Vlahovic. I don't know if they go down that road. I really have no idea where United are thinking right now, whether there's a contingency plan for not getting Sesko or Watkins. But again, it's going to come down to Ganacho's sale. That's where the money is. I'm convinced of it. Absolutely convinced of it. Did Arsenal only win 1-0? Wasn't like you absolutely cooked in them, Zane, was it? Steady on, mate. Right. Zirkzee with Mbumo. Cunha could actually do Zirkzee good with goals. They've meshed well together. We don't know. Look, Carl, calm down, mate. We're not bigging him up. We just called him a bench player. It's not bad, mate, for a bench player. Stop worrying, buddy. We're all right. He's going on now. He's lost it. He's had it now. I can see him sat there now doing his nut, talking about it and worrying. He's a bench player, mate. We know he's not starting. Don't worry. I don't mind him as a sub. He's not a starter for Man United. But I do think he has got something. He's got a lot more to offer in holding the ball up and giving us something different than Rasmus Højlund has. That's what I'm saying. Give me him all day over Rasmus, for God's sake. Anyway, moving on to the midfield department and where we're at with that one. Obviously, this morning we discussed Xavi Guerra from Valencia. We discussed it again a little bit in the video midday that we did today as well on Benjamin Sesko and the move from Manchester United for him, going off what Christian Folk said. The situation with him is at the moment... Now, he was offered that new deal, which completely kiboshed all of the early rumours about Xavi Guerra. We have spoke about this a lot, but just to go over it again so everyone's clear, there are more sources now coming out and saying Manchester United are close to signing Xavi Guerra because he is not accepting that new Valencia contract. They cannot afford a lot of money. He's at that age now where they know they need to sell him on. The price is very cheap and United can go for him if they want. That story has just cooked a little bit today. No one's really shut it down properly yet. There isn't a deal. There isn't a bid. There isn't anything club-to-club talk-wise. I think we know that for certain because one of the big journalists would have come out and he could have actually got this story and completely thrown it in the bin. But... they've not, and I just think it's just bubbling in the background at the moment, the Xavi Guerra situation, and it could actually come around and be something later on in the window. Again, like what Romano said, the deep-lying midfielder. Now, he's in the top three under 23-year-olds in La Liga for tackling and dribbles. He's got a lot to his game. He's strong, he's tall, he's a great tackler, he reads the game well, he carries the ball, he's very creative, he's got a lot to his game. The only reason he's not featuring in the Spanish side is because their midfield is freaking ridiculously good. So that's the only reason why. But, again, it's something that I'm not going to bank on it. I'm just going to bring it up as a story and talk about it because there are a lot of people that are talking about it right now. It's only a bit of news. I'm not going to say that he's going to sign for United. I said this last time this came up. I don't believe in it fully. I just know that Manchester United have scouted Xavi Guerra and he is a player that we have looked at quite a bit. And I made the point earlier on in the video. Both Guerra and Sesko are players that Manchester United know a lot about. And where they're not proven, they do know what these players have got to offer. And that's the only reason why I think United might actually look at something later on in the window for either one of these players because we know them so well. And again, it is two positions United desperately need. And they're not badly priced. I don't think, and the video earlier on was of Sesko at 60 million. Is anybody thinking that Benjamin Sesko isn't worth 60 million? Is that too much? Because that question I've asked out before, so please do let me know what you think in the chat. Do you think Benjamin Sesko is worth 60 million? Xavi Guerra for apparently 25 million. And then you could get, Senny Lamens in, and you're done. There's your three players, 100 million. Easy work. Even though United have not got that money right now. But again, if you sell Ganacho for decent money, you can get 50 for him, 40, whatever it is. You add that to the 21 million we've already made from penalties and sell-on clauses. Then you're going up to 60 to 70 million there. You can get a bit of money for Antony. You're taking that up to 80 million, 80, 90 million. And then Sancho goes, you're there. You've got that money. It just depends if we can sell the players. And again, like I said at the top of the show, it's all on Garnacho, I think. That deal is a breaker for Manchester United. It really is. Zayn got me scared for the first game of the season. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not too scared of Arsenal. Like they're a good side and they can tear us apart on the day. But literally anyone can tear United apart on the day if you're going off what happened last season, can't they? But then again, it's Old Trafford. It's the opening day. There'll be an atmosphere. There'll be an expectation. The new signings will be in for United as well. We were a lot better than when we played Arsenal last time in terms of personnel on the pitch. So, yeah, I think that's where we're at. Let's see what people are saying about the 60 million for Sesko. Danilo says that he's worth 70 million max. He's worth... he'll be worth at least double that in 2 years, it says Dill. Really? Confident. Aaron says 60 million. He's worth that all day long. 65 max. 60 max for Carl as well. Let's see what else we've got in here. Defo 60 million. 60 million including add-ons, yes. Pretty similar to what Mbumo is worth. Just buy Watkins for 35-40 million. It's easy to say just buy Watkins for 30 to 35 million. 35 to 40 million, but you cannot get Watkins for just 35 to 40 million because Aston Villa want more. One good point that Romano made there that I think we should all look at and pay attention to is they have a very good relationship with Aston Villa. Now, we're obviously rivals. We're going to be fighting for the same sort of competition league-wise next season. Do they want to help us out? I think we helped them out last season in giving them Marcus Rashford when we did. Maybe Manchester United are working on the relationship side of things and they are going to pull the plug, or they're going to pull the trigger at some point through these next few weeks, whether it be for Martinez or a Watkins. I personally, again, I keep saying it, I don't see Martinez happen, although it is going to keep on coming up, the story. Until United buys Sene Lamens, then Martinez is always going to be a potential target for Manchester United. But Romano saying the relationship is good between United and Villa could be absolutely key in this as also. So, again, something else we do need to keep our eyes on is that and what Villa are doing in the market. If they haven't got a lot of money and they want to do a deal with United over exchanging players, or like I said, we'll buy him at that price and you take him at this price and do the deal that way, this could be done because Romano has talked about the swaps with Aston Villa. So I think, like he said, it's going to be clear in the next few days, but he's guaranteed United will buy a striker and we're going to get a goalkeeper. There we go. That's set up there for Watkins and Martinez, isn't it? I'm joking. Of course, it could be Sesko and Sene Lamens as well. Let's get some more comments on this one. 60 with add-ons is okay. Would like it lower, but United price always higher. I think this was the price that they were after from Arsenal as well, though, to be honest. And let's be clear on this. Victor Gyökeres or Benjamin Sesko. For Arsenal, it should have always been Victor Gyökeres because he's the proven goal scorer. And he is one of the most elite strikers in European football at the moment. Yes, it's over in Portugal, but still, when you're scoring that many, and there isn't many flops that come from Portugal, there are a few, but they're mainly really good players. That league is a good feeder for the Premier League, and you always get good players from Portugal. So I think Gyökeres fits better, more experience, more prolific. The goal-scoring record says it all. I think it always should have been Gyökeres for Arsenal, but we're now in a position where that deal now looks done. Another here we go today, the second here we go for bloody Victor Gyökeres, and he's looking like he's flying out now to Asia to join up with Arsenal and have his medical. So finally we can put Gyökeres to bed. Thank God. I'm sick of the name now. But it's now down to Manchester United. I've also, on this and everything that we've discussed there, I actually do believe that the Xavi Simons deal could actually influence what happens with Leipzig and Sesko as well. That could be something that we need to look into also, I feel, on that one. But yeah, Simons going to Chelsea would automatically stop Ganacho going to Chelsea, which then pinpoints the only Premier League club left going for Ganacho would be Aston Villa. It makes sense, doesn't it? Like, can you see him going anywhere else? In fact, everyone, get into the live chat if you're in the live chat right now, and talk to me in the comment section as well, everybody, if you are playing catch-up later. Once again, thank you if you have joined us a bit earlier again. Just really busy at the moment, and I appreciate your patience in the different time slots for the lives. It's transfer season, and it does get a bit crazy, but thank you again. And get into the comment section and tell me, where do you think Ganacho will go? If Chelsea sign Simmons, like what's being reported by Plettenberg, do you feel like that's it for Ganacho now? No Chelsea move, even though Romano has said that Ganacho is wanted by Chelsea. But actually, Romano did just say then, didn't he, in his quotes, that obviously Chelsea are now going for Simmons. That would be it for Chelsea. Done. I think there's only Villa left. I do. Sesko averages 3 touches in opposition boxes in Germany. I don't think he's good as people think, and not what we need as a striker. We need a box goal scorer. Again, that probably points to the likes of Ollie Watkins, which is, again, the case in point. Are you looking to the future now, or you just want to get up that table as quick as possible? If you want to get up the table as quick as possible and get to the Champions League, I do believe that Ollie Watkins is the man that United need to be going for over Sesko. If it's a longer-term project, then of course it's Benjamin Sesko. If you were to ask me on the spot right now, who would I go for? And this is putting myself on the spot. I'm looking at Ruben, and I would say if it's Ruben to keep his job, it's Watkins. I like the way that Sesko moves, though. I like the player. I do. And like what Cal said there, yeah, his average is this, but Leipzig are just not that good. And obviously in a better side, that might be different. And I said this earlier on, but yeah, United are not a better side at the moment. And it's a tough comparison. And you can't really match both up, Leipzig and Man United, really. It's like going from one average team in Germany to another average team in England, and it might just be the same player that Carl says with 3 touches on average in the opposition box, but he's going to a more difficult league. Therefore, he's not going to find it any easier. But I do like the fact that we have got now this season going in the full concentration on domestic football. You've got Ahmad, Bruno, you've got Cunha, you've got Mbumo, you've got better players there to play with. I think he would do better at United than he would at RB Leipzig. I do. I think it is still a good move for Manchester United. Ganacho could potentially have ruined his career due to the stupid comments. If he got his head down and just knuckled down, he would have been one of the first names on the team sheet. I tell you what, them words from Ruben Amorim, you better hope you can find another football club, are ringing in that lad's ears right now. Because he is, again, and I say this, and people just pass this off like it's nothing, and these players are just happy to play along and take their wages. It doesn't work like that. They want to play football. They need to be playing football. That is their life. And Ganacho at Carrington on his own with no club, that is going to start affecting him. And then words from Ruben Amorim, hope that you find a club, right now are more important than ever, because he's not going to get in United's side. Every Champions League club now, apart from, like we said this morning, Tottenham, are off the agenda. Is it Tottenham and Villa are the only hopes that he's got right now? Oh my God, where has his career gone? He's gone from Man United to either Aston Villa or Tottenham. No disrespect to Villa, they're better than us right now. And I hold my hands up about that, but they're not a bigger club. It is a backward step. Still, some red-tinted glasses opinion there, obviously, on that as well. But I do believe that United is still a bigger club. Anyway, it's up to you to decide amongst the fans. Thank you, everyone, again, for all the likes. Absolutely brilliant. As always, you smashed it to pieces. You always do. Over 500 likes in the bag. If you haven't already, please do give the video a like, everyone. I will be back later on if anything breaks. It is an earlier show today. I know I am just very, very busy at the moment with a lot on, but committing to getting you your videos out as normal. And we'll be back in the morning as always. Normal schedule tomorrow, everybody. But obviously, like I said, we are always bringing you the content, and when anything breaks, we will be there right at the front, ready to go with everything that's happening. So again, thank you mods, fantastic. Thank you everyone who super chatted, everyone who liked the video. Loads of you in there. Please hit that subscribe button. If you want all the details on Sesko and Xavi Guerra, go watch the video from lunchtime today. That one is up on the channel right now. Thank you if you already watched that. Thousands of you already have done so. Again, appreciate that. Subscribe, like, and I will see you all in the morning, unless there is breaking news tonight. Please, I would love it, but hey, let's be patient, as Fabrizio Romano says. See you in a bit, everyone.